I deeply regret the decision that was taken to stop funding to UNRWA, and I strongly hope that that measure will be revoked, especially when the reports that we are now preparing by independent entities on investigation and the review of UNRWA will be published. And it is obvious that there are risks when we operate in such difficult circumstances as Gaza of having infiltrations. And we are totally committed to strengthen UNRWA, to guarantee that UNRWA is a UN agency abiding by UN values and by nothing else. And that is the reason why we have an investigation and then the review. And I'm convinced that the results of the investigation, the results of the review, and the actions will be taken to make UNRWA stronger, more effective, and totally in line with UN values, I hope that these will guarantee that the funding of UNRWA will be maintained and that the work of UNRWA will be maintained. I see a growing consensus emerging international community to tell the Israelis that the ceasefire is needed. And I also see a growing consensus, I heard it in the US, I heard it from the European Union, not to mention, of course, the Muslim world, a growing consensus to tell clearly to the Israelis that any ground invasion of Rafah could mean a catastrophic humanitarian disaster. And I strongly hope that this consensus that is emerging in the whole of the international community will make Israel reflect and avoid what could be a dramatic tragedy. There is a very strong effort that we are making in order to address the natural problems and difficulties that UNRWA had. UNRWA has been systematically underfunded, so we need to strengthen it in different aspects. And I think we are moving in the right direction with the investigation, with the inspection, with the measures that are already being taken by the Commissioner General. But on top of that, I see more and more countries recognizing the essential role of UNRWA, and even several of the countries that have suspended the funding have already restarted that funding, and others are telling us that they hope that the result of the investigation and the result of the review will lead to the reestablishment of the funding to UNRWA. It is with hope and with deep conviction that I see the future of the organization.